In this video right here, we're gonna sit down on the computer and we're gonna donate $1,000 to Parkinson's research. Donation amount, $1,000. You guys helped make that happen. What rod do you use to throw this bait? What rod do you use to throw that bait? Cover a lot of ground in this video. Just tell you guys about the versatility that's built into each one of these models of Heater Series rods. Let's go ahead and take it out and take our first up close and personal look at the Heater Series Swimbait rod. Hello and welcome. What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking on the video. If you watched my previous video, you saw where I announced that we recently added the Swimbait rod to the Heater Series lineup. The Heater Series, my own signature line of fishing rods through 6th Sense, now has a Swimbait rod included in that lineup. They just were released and I have them here behind me on the table. They just got delivered today. We're gonna unbox them, get our first up close and personal look, get our hands and our eyes on these bad boys, maybe get them rigged up, throw some baits on there, and just take a look at the Heater Series Swimbait rods for the first time together. Right here, we're gonna do that. I haven't seen these in person yet. I'm so excited to get my hands on them. Also, here lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about the Heater Series. What rod do you use to throw this bait? What rod do you use to throw that bait? I've been answering that question a lot lately, so I figured what I would do is, in addition to taking a look at the new Swimbait heater, we'll just go ahead and run through the entire Heater Series lineup and I'll break it down for you guys, show you what I use each one of these rods for, what baits I like to throw on each Heater Series rod, and just give you guys a breakdown of the entire lineup. Now, if you're new here, as I mentioned a moment ago, the Heater Series is my own line of signature rods through 6th Sense that we worked to develop together. I designed these rods, came up with the powers, the links, and the actions all specifically for certain baits that I love to fish, as well as a plethora of other baits from 6th Sense and beyond. The Heater Series is an extremely versatile line of rods. You can do a lot with every one of these, and I'm gonna try to do my best to show you guys each rod and list every technique that I use them for. But before we get off into that, before we break down the lineup of the Heater Series, and before we take a look at these Heater Series Swimbait rods that I have back here on this table behind me and that big white tube that you see sitting back there, I've got something really important that I want to do, something special, something that I've been waiting to do here for an entire month. If you guys have been following along, you've been watching the channel for a while, you may remember how back in July, we unfortunately lost my Aunt Vicky to Parkinson's. She passed away on July 26th after a long battle with Parkinson's, and I made a commitment, started an initiative to raise money to donate to Parkinson's research. I told you guys that we were gonna be taking all of the proceeds that we made from the merch website, theheaterzone.com, where I sell these hats that you see me wearing in my videos, and we were gonna take all that money and we were gonna donate it to a foundation or a charity that does Parkinson's research. And I'm happy to say that you guys absolutely blew that up and went off in the month of August. You set it off and we ended up raising over $1,200. After taxes and buying shipping labels to ship all the hats, the proceeds ended up coming to just under $1,000 bucks, but I'm gonna round that up. And in this video right here, we're gonna sit down on the computer and we're gonna donate $1,000 to Parkinson's research, the Michael J. Fox Foundation. I'm extremely happy to be able to do this in honor of my Aunt Vicky, in honor of her memory, and you guys made it possible. I'm so extremely grateful that you all chose to be a part of this. We're gonna take this money and we're gonna give it to the foundation, and hopefully it will go towards helping, at least in a small way, helping others out there who may be suffering from Parkinson's disease. I've heard a lot of extremely touching stories from you guys who have shared your own messages and DMs with me about how you have family members that have suffered from this horrible disease. So it means a lot to me for us to be able to come together and do something like this. Once again, thank you to everybody who bought a hat in the month of August. We're gonna sit down on the computer and I'm gonna let you guys watch me make that donation right here in this video. But in addition to that, I wanna tell you guys about something else really quick. And I've been waiting for the right moment to do this, and I felt like there wouldn't be a better time than right now. As we are making this Parkinson's donation, I want to do something else special. So I have a friend, somebody who I've got to know through here on the channel. He's a Heater Army member, a member of the Heater family, and like I said, somebody that I've become friends with and I have a lot in common with. His name is Jeremy, and his daughter Bella was diagnosed with leukemia, and she's extremely strong. She's a fighter. She's doing well. But me and Jeremy made a deal a while back. He was going to fish with my buddy Captain Ron, and he told me that for every pound of fish that they caught on their trip, he was going to make a donation to St. Jude's Hospital. And they ended up catching about 100 pounds worth of fish. And I told him that I was gonna match that donation. So we're gonna do that in this video as well. But not only that, I'm gonna double it. So we're gonna be donating $1,000 to Parkinson's research, and I'm gonna be donating an additional $200 to St. Jude's Hospital in honor of my friend Jeremy's daughter, Bella. Jeremy, if you're watching this right now, much love, dude. I feel extremely honored and blessed to be able to do this in honor of Bella and you. I appreciate your friendship and your support. You know, you're a Heater Army member, and it's not just the Heater Army or the JR10 Army, it's the Heater family. We're a family over here. I have some of the best people here on this channel that I've got to know through these videos, and I wanted to be able to do something special. When he told me his story about his daughter, I felt compelled, and I made that deal with him, and I'm holding up my end of the bargain. So not only are we gonna donate $1 for every pound of fish that he caught out there with my boy Captain Ron, but we're gonna double it. We're gonna make that $200. So making a couple considerable donations here in this video, and I'm happy to be able to do so. Rest in peace to my Aunt Vic, and shout outs to Jeremy and Bella if y'all are watching. Much love. Keep fighting. You're stronger than I will ever be, and I can't thank you guys enough for your support. But let's go ahead and take some of this money that we've brought in over the last month and try to make an impact with it. We're gonna sit down at the computer right now. My wife is gonna help me film this, and we're gonna make some donations. Let's do it. All right, guys, so we're back here in the office now at my computer, and first up, we're gonna do the Parkinson's donation, but I wanna show you guys a couple things. So this right here is every order from the month of August on a spreadsheet. I'm not gonna show any names or anyone's personal information, just out of respect for everybody. If you ordered a hat in August, you know who you are. But check it out. This column right here is the total for all the orders, $1,230.58. These gray columns right here are taxes and shipping. After all that, we got a total of $985.60. I'm gonna round that up to $1,000. So let's go ahead and donate some of this money. The Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research is the charity that we've selected. So I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna click donate. $1,000 going to Parkinson's Research. You guys helped make this happen. Check it out, their highest amount right here. It goes 50, 100, 250, or 500. Other amount optional. We're gonna use that other amount column right there in the other amount optional column. $1,000, courtesy of the Heater family. That's you guys. All right, this next part, I gotta put in my card information, so we're gonna do a quick cut here so you don't see any of my info. All right, guys, I got my card info entered in. I'm gonna cover that up. But as you can see right here, we got $1,000 input into that other amount optional column. And we're gonna go ahead and scroll down, enter the rest of my billing info. One quick review to make sure everything looks correct. All right, guys, here's the CAPTCHA. I'm not a robot. Submit donation. Boom. There we are, guys. Thank you for your donation. Donation amount, $1,000. You guys helped make that happen. So once again, thank you so much, but we're not done yet. For my friend Jeremy and his daughter Bella, let's go up here to St. Jude's. We got St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. We got the donation page pulled up right here. Me and Jeremy agreed on $100. He caught 100 pounds worth of fish with Captain Ron. I'm gonna double that. We're gonna do $200 to St. Jude's right now. And there's even a spot right here to dedicate my donation in honor of someone. So we're gonna do Bella. Bella, this one's for you. So this donation is in honor right here. Come check out this. Let's zoom in on this name right here. My gift is in honor of Bella. Hopefully you guys can see that. We got $200 entered in there in honor of Bella. We're about to do this right now, guys. Card number. Looks like we got everything entered in right here. $200 going to St. Jude's right now. Boom, there we go. Thank you, Justin. Your gift in honor of Bella will help ensure that families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food. All right, there it is, guys. Much love. I'm extremely honored to be able to be in a position to make these donations. Once again, thank you to all of you for helping make this a reality. We will be doing more stuff like this in the future. Extremely happy and honored. But let's go ahead and get into the rest of this video. All right, guys, we're back out here in the garage once again. Thank you, much love. Shout outs to everybody that bought a hat in the month of August. Much love to anybody out there who may know someone or have a loved one who is suffering from Parkinson's disease or leukemia. I'm honored to be able to just take a little bit of the bread that I've earned over the past month and give it away and hopefully have it go towards something good, towards helping people. And you guys are as much of a part of that as I am. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to you all. Even just watching this video means a lot and it helps. So much love. But let's go ahead and move into the fishing phase of the video. I know you guys want to take a look at these rods and I want to show them to you. I'm extremely excited to get my hands on this new Heater Series Swimbait rod. Haven't seen it in person yet. So let's go ahead and crack off into this box and take a look. What the hell? This has been a long time coming. I've known about this for months, if not close to a year. We started talking about doing this and the Heater Series Swimbait rod showed up just in time for big bait season. It's fall time. Those big girls are gonna be moving up. They're already moving up. And it's gonna be prime time for throwing the big baits, and these rods right here are gonna help not only me, but you guys do that too. These cardboard tubes are kind of cumbersome to get open, so I'll spare you guys. I'm gonna put this bottle butcher to work and I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Sweet. First out of the box though, check this out. Something else that just hit the website in addition to the Heater Series Swimbait rod are the 5.5 inch 6 Sense Divine umbrella rigs. Got a couple of those in the tube. Shout outs to ZK all day for hooking these up. I'm excited to put these to work this winter. The 5.5s, this is around the size of a rig that I like to throw right here, about a 5.5 inch. Gonna be perfect for my lake. But we are here for the Heater Series. And that's what we're gonna be looking at right now. Check it out, check it out. This is gonna be the first look at the Swimbait heaters, guys. So excited for this. Shout outs to 6 Sense Fishing and you guys for making it all possible, because without them and without you, best believe there is no Heater Series. We're close now. All right, now in addition to the Swimbait heaters that I got over here, I do have a couple other rods. This first one right here is that USA Custom Series. They're top of the line, highest end rod. This right here is like primo quality. This is the 7-foot medium spinning rod. Actually have a reel set aside right over here for this bad boy. The USA Custom Series is top tier quality. This ain't no middle of the mall stuff. They're really high end rods. And man, you can tell when you hold these in your hand, just premium quality components, premium quality blank, 100% handmade in the USA, the 6 Sense Custom Series. Excited to have this 7-foot spinning rod on deck. There's just a quick look at that. I know you guys want to see the Swimbait heater, but had to include this one in this unboxing, and excited to put that thing to the test. Gonna set that off to the side, but as you guys know, I've been, playing around with the drop shot, doing some more finesse stuff here lately. So, excited to have that in the lineup. It'll be the best, highest quality spinning rod that I've ever used. But let's keep moving. I also have a 7.5 heavy fast Heater Series rod right here. We'll get to that one here in a little bit. I'll tell you guys what I use this rod for, but I needed another one of these, so they hooked that up. But this right here is what we're all here for. This is the one I'm most excited about. The one that I've been waiting months and months for. This is that 7-foot, 8-inch, extra heavy fast, dedicated Swimbait heater. Let's go ahead and take it out and take our first up close and personal look at the Heater Series Swimbait rod. Heater. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Beef. Let me get a look at it. Let me get a look at it myself. Dude, I like it. First off, first impressions, it feels light and it feels well balanced. Let's take a close look at this thing. Yep, Heater Series quality. If you guys aren't familiar with the Heater Series, check it out. We got the split grip handle. We got this nice emerald green threading accent here underneath that epoxy. These blue anodized rings on the grips, Fuji line guides and reel seat, bait keeper on the top. I was adamant about that. After we dropped the initial line. Casey and I sat down and we talked about what we should add next, and the Swimbait rod was one of the first that came up. I know you guys have also been asking about a spinning rod. Is there gonna be a Heater Series spinning rod? I can just say maybe. You guys stay tuned. The star of the show right now today is gonna be the 7/8 extra heavy, fast Swimbait Special. As you can see right there, got the heater logo with the flames, the 6, that neon yellow and white, and then right here you have that cool turquoise section with the neon yellow 6 Sense logo. Beautiful threading all the way down underneath the epoxy on every Fuji line guide. But let's go ahead and get this bad boy laced up with a reel and tie a freaking bait on it. I want to see what it feels like all mounted up. I'm so excited, man. Finally, the Heater Series Swimbait rod, 7/8 extra heavy, fast. Got 2 of them here. This other one is the same. I'm gonna hop up in the boat really quick, grab a reel, and we're gonna get it mounted up, and I'm gonna tie a freaking trace onto that bad boy, see what it feels like. I've got a Corrado 200 that I just grabbed out of the boat. Start off with that. It's got 20-pound fluorocarbon on it. I think this will be perfect for throwing the trace swimbait and other similar swimbaits. The Heater Series Swimbait rod is rated for baits up to 5 ounces, so yes, you can throw the draw on this bad boy, and we're gonna get it rigged up with a bigger bait than the trace as well. We're gonna find out how it feels with both sizes, a medium size and a big swimbait on the Heater Series. I gotta make sure it can hold up to those bigger weighted baits, and man, I'm gonna be honest with you, that freaking 200 is looking pretty slick on that big bait Heater Series rod. I'm gonna cut the tag off this bad boy, get it tied up, and we'll see how it feels with a bait dangling off the end of this workhorse. Stoked on this, man. The Heater Series Swimbait rod, man. And I'm gonna grab one of my favorite fast sink bone colored traces. This is one of my lucky baits right here. Caught a lot of fish on this particular bait. I'm gonna tie this bad boy up. I'm gonna use a San Diego jam. We're gonna see what it feels like with a bait hanging off the end of this rod. I'm excited, dude. Did a little test on the ground, you know, where you kind of bend the tip and see what it feels like. I don't know how much you can actually tell from doing that, but I did that over here on this workout mat that I got, and it feels pretty nice, but you never really know until you go fish with it. And we'll be doing that really soon. You guys make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're watching this and you're not already. Sub the channel, stay tuned. We'll be out there throwing the baits that I'm tying on really soon. San Diego Jam Band 5000 with the trace on the new Heater Series Swimbait rod. These deer are up here in the garage behind the camera. All right, guys, let's find out. I'm about to let it go, let it swing, see what it feels like with a bait dangling. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. That feels nice. That feels nice. Of course it does. It's a freaking Heater Series, man. I love my Heater Series rods. That right there is gonna be setup number 1, man. Look at that. That big bait rod looks good with that trace on there. Corrado 200, 20-pound fluoro, Heater Series, rated for baits from a 1/2 ounce all the way up to 5 ounces. So you know what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get the second swimbait heater laced up with a draw, and we're gonna test it out with the heavy bait. The draw is like 4 ounces, and this rod is rated for baits that heavy, so we're gonna test it out with the draw as well. And we're also gonna take a look at all of the other rods that are available in the Heater Series lineup right here in this video. But I'm gonna get situated, get all the rods ready, and we're gonna go ahead and break it down. I'll go through to the best of my ability and tell you guys all the baits that I like to throw on each of these Heater Series rods. But man, I'm excited on this new swimbait heater. Let's take one more look at it. Boom, big 7/8. Extra heavy. You can also flip with this rod. Excellent heavy cover rod. You know, if you're like fishing super heavy cover, matted grass, reeds, whatever, you could do some heavy flipping with this bad boy, but I'm gonna be using it for the big baits. It's a little bit long to be flipping with, 7 foot 8 inches, made for big baits, and man, that's a killer looking setup right there, man. All right, guys, I got Heater Series rod number 2 rigged up. Went with the Corrado 300 on this one, and I actually pulled this off of a USA Custom Series Swimbait rod. So that should tell you guys how hyped up I am for the Heater Series Swimbait rod, to pull this reel off of a USA Custom Series and throw it on one of my own Heater Series. It's pretty important to me to be out there actually using these rods and putting them to the test for you guys, so that I know that you guys are getting something good, because it's got my name on it. I'm associated with this product and I want it to be able to perform for you guys. It's rated for baits up to 5 ounces, so we're gonna get up into that higher range and throw the draw on this thing and make sure that it actually does work. But let's go ahead and do the little hang test. Let this bait swing from the tip of this fast action extra heavy 7-foot 8-inch rod. Feels good, loads up nice. But like I said, we won't really know till we get down to the water. That's gonna be coming in an upcoming video, so make sure you guys are subscribed. It is big bait season, fall transition has begun, and we're gonna be out there on the water with these things. But I cannot begin to tell you how excited and how happy I am to finally have the Heater Series Swimbait rod available for you guys as well as myself. I've been waiting on this for a long time, and I can't wait to get out there and start fishing with them. Also, now's a great time to pick up the Heater Series Swimbait rod, or any of the Heater Series rods, because they have a massive Labor Day sale going on. So if you're watching this video as it's going up and it's still current, code Labor Day at checkout gives you 20% off practically everything on the website, including the Heater Series rods. So if you're interested in scooping a Swimbait heater for yourself, now is a really good time. But that draw looks good on there. That trace looks really good on there. And I can't wait to hit the water with these bad boys. Woo, it's a very exciting time. Now let's talk about the rest of the rods in this Heater Series lineup. Next up in the Heater Series lineup, the first one that I want to talk about outside of the Swimbait heater is the one that I probably use the most, at least right now, and that is the 6'9" medium moderate. Like I said, extremely versatile. As you can see, I have this one rigged up with straight braid to a catwalk, topwater walking style bait right now. But that's not all I use this rod for. We'll get into that. But I do want to tell you guys to go ahead and keep your eyes peeled for a video coming up, because I was out there throwing this setup very recently and I had a good day. Let's just say dragon alert, and they were absolutely unleashing the fury on the catwalk. This is my favorite topwater walking style bait right there, the catwalk from 6th Sense. The 6'9" medium moderate allows you to throw a walking style bait and not get fatigued. You can walk all day with that sucker. Extremely light, shorter length rod, moderate action. I love it for throwing the walking baits, but that's not all. I have a couple of these rigged up. As you can see, I have another one right here with a little 90mm whopper plopper. Again, straight braid, but I also use this one for throwing the little splashback popper style baits, the Rebel Pop R. Any of the little popper baits, this is an excellent rod for those applications. Got this one paired up with a Corrado 70 MGL. Straight braid again to a little whopper plopper. I love this setup right here. Does great for throwing the little smaller profile topwater baits. But that's not all. But wait, there's more. If you guys watched my previous video, and a lot of you did, shout outs to everybody who tuned into that video. That video is doing really well, and the analytics are way up. It's doing better than usual. In that video, you guys saw me throwing this right here. This is my third 6'9" medium moderate that I keep on the deck of my boat practically year round. This one is my weightless fluke or weightless flush rod. Again, Shimano Corrado 70 MGL, 7.4 to 1, 15-pound fluorocarbon. Weightless flush is my preferred soft plastic jerkbait. This is my soft plastic jerkbait heater. So there's a few baits that I like to throw on the 6'9", but that's not all it'll do. Another bait that I really love to throw on this rod is this little guy right here, the Curve 55 Finesse Square Bill. Smaller profile Finesse Square Bill. The 6'9" medium moderate is a killer paired up with this. I've caught so many good fish on that rod with this bait. That's just another one of the many baits that you can use that one model for. But I just want you guys to know about the versatility that lies within that 6'9" medium moderate. You can do a lot with it. In addition to the soft plastic jerkbait, the Provoke 106 hard plastic jerkbait. This is an extremely popular bait. I know a lot of you guys out there like to throw a jerkbait, and that 6'9" medium moderate is excellent for throwing this bait right here. It holds up to tanks. You guys can go back and watch my trip from out on OHIV where I smashed a dragon on that 6'9" with that Provoke, and she went to town, put me to work in that 6'9", showed her who's the boss, and hoisted her up, no issue. So there's a little rundown, a little breakdown of the 6'9" medium Heater Series rod. Absolutely love it. It's one of the ones that I use the most, and it can do a lot. So if you have any questions on that one, let me know. I'll be sure and get back to you guys down below in the comments. But we're gonna move on to the next model now. The cicadas are already starting to scream, so I apologize if there's any background noise here. But the next one up in the lineup is another one that I've been using a lot lately. This is the 7.2 medium heavy mod fast. This is my chatterbait heater, but as you can see right now, I've got it laced up with one of those Divine spinnerbaits because it also makes an excellent spinnerbait rod. This rod right here was designed for moving baits. It's got that moderate action to it, but the medium heavy power allows you to do a little bit, you know, heavier applications with it. Got it paired up with a Corrado 200. That's my favorite reel to throw like a chatterbait or a spinnerbait on. A Corrado 200, 6.2 to 1. So spinnerbait, chatterbait, jackhammer, up to 3/8 of an ounce. I'm gonna talk to you about what I do if I wanna go heavier than 3/8 of an ounce, but if I'm throwing a 3/8 jackhammer or spinnerbait, it's definitely gonna be on the 7.2 medium heavy mod fast, but that's not all. I kind of love throwing crankbaits, square bills specifically. So there are a couple other baits in the 6th Sense lineup that do really well on that 7.2 medium heavy mod fast. I'm gonna show them to you. Number one, I bet you guys can probably guess. It's this bad boy right here. The Crush 50X square bill. That's Chester Cheeto. This bait pairs up really well with that 7.2. In addition to that, another one of the 6th Sense baits that I use that 7.2 medium heavy mod fast for a lot is the Finesse jig. I love throwing a ball head Finesse jig on that 7.2. Like I said, it was primarily designed for moving baits. It is a moving bait rod, but this little Finesse jig pairs up really well with it, and it's versatile enough to get away with throwing this even though it is a moderate fast action rod. So when it comes to the 7.2, lighter jackhammers and spinnerbaits, the Crush 50 Finesse jigs, perfect for those applications. But let's keep rolling through the lineup. Next up, this is another one of my favorites right here, one that I use a lot, the one that really got the whole heater series lineup fired off in the first place, and the one that I know a lot of you guys out there are fishing with as well. This is the 7-foot 4-inch medium heavy mod fast heater series swim jig rod. This rod is excellent for throwing the Divine swim jig, anything from a 1/4 ounce, 3/8 ounce, all the way up to a 1/2 ounce or above. It's rated for baits up to 3/4 of an ounce, and it's an excellent moving bait rod, especially for a swim jig. But as I mentioned earlier, when I was talking about the 7.2, if I go up above that 3/8 ounce range on like a jackhammer or a spinnerbait, this right here, I use this to throw heavier bladed jigs and spinnerbaits, and man, does it work great for all three of those applications: swim jigs, jackhammers, spinnerbaits. But not only that, I use this rod for Texas rigging a lot. Bottom contact Texas rig, or even a jig. You can watch me hoisting up dragons with my buddy Brett Cannon out there on OH Ivy with this rod right here on a little Texas rig worm. And I think we were throwing 1/4 ounce and 3/8 ounce bullet weights on our Texas rigs. So that'll give you guys an idea of the versatility of this rod right here. It can do a lot. Moving baits like the swim jigs and the chatterbaits, but don't be afraid to Texas rig with this bad boy as well, because it does a great job. You know, this one holds a special place in my heart. You guys know I love throwing a swim jig. Got this one mounted up with a Metanium. This is my nicest reel that I own. That's the newer Metanium. Absolutely love this reel, and that's why I have it paired up with one of my favorite rods in the lineup, the 7-foot 4-inch medium heavy mod fast heater series rod. I feel like a 1/2 ounce is like the butter zone for this rod. If you're throwing a 1/2 ounce swim jig, 1/2 ounce jackhammer, this right here is what you want to go with. Absolutely love it for those baits, but you can Texas rig with that bad boy, no issue. Before we move on, I'm going to tell you guys about 2 more baits that go really well with this one right here. In addition to the swim jigs and the chatterbaits and the spinnerbaits and the Texas rigs, like I said, we're going for versatility with the heater series. 2 more baits that do really well on that rod. I love throwing this, the Crush Flat 75X. This is a 5/8 ounce square bill flat-sided crankbait that dives 2 to 5 feet, and that 7.4 medium heavy mod fast is dialed for this bait right here. Man, I have so much fun throwing this bait on that rod. And something else you guys have to look forward to is this right here, the F4 flat Finesse. And I already know, I haven't tried it yet, but I can just tell you right now, this right here is gonna pair up really good with that 7.4 medium heavy heater series. Next up, I wanna talk about one that I feel like is kind of slept on. This is another medium power rod, but this is like one that I said that I wanted to do because it's something that 6th Sense had not offered up until we came out with the heater series. This is a 7-foot 5-inch medium moderate. So it's a lighter moderate power rod with more length to it, so it can load up a little better and allow you to sail those baits out there. Also extremely parabolic, so it's gonna bow up and keep those fish pinned when you're fishing with treble hook baits like this Curve 55 that I have mounted on here right now. But again, it's extremely versatile. Not only do I love throwing the Curve 55, one of my favorite smaller profile medium diving crankbaits, but it works really well for baits like the Crush 50. I like throwing the Crush 50 on the 6.9, the 7.2, and this right here. All three of those rods will do great for the Crush 50X. But another area that this one shines is on baits like this right here, the lipless cranks, especially the Snatch 70. That 7-foot 5-inch medium mod does great for throwing these smaller profile lipless crankbaits. Like I said, extremely parabolic, lets me load up, fire these things out there, bomb them a long way so I can get a lot of distance on my cast. And that's just a couple more baits that go really well with that 7.5 in addition to the Curve 55. But not just that, check this out. Like I told you guys, man, versatility is what I was going for with these rods. And this one right here, I've got mounted up with a Corrado BFS reel, which is like bait finesse system. And as you can see, I've got a little Ned rig tied on. This is the new 6th Sense Ned football. And I got a little finesse stroker craw on there. And this thing right here will load up and sail this little Ned rig out there, especially with the BFS. This rod right here is long enough and light enough to where you can fish smaller profile, super finesse baits that you would normally need like a spinning setup for, like the Ned rig. In addition to the moving baits and the treble hook baits that I talked about a moment ago, these little Ned style baits, smaller profile, lighter baits, this can get it done. That's just a few of the things that I love using this 7.5 medium mod for. A lighter parabolic rod with more length, something that was never available in any of the 6th Sense rod lineups until we dropped the heater series. I'm proud of this one. I'm stoked to be able to make this one a reality. I thought of this one and I mentioned it to Casey and he said, let's do it. And it's one that I really enjoy using. A lot of these baits will cross over. Like I can also throw the Crush 50 on this, no issue, or even the Curve Finesse. So if you like a little bit of a longer rod for your crankbaits, a lot of these baits can play on any one of these heater series rods that I'm going over right now. From the 6.9 all the way up to the 7.5 medium, you can cover a lot of ground with these rods. All right, I got one more rod in the lineup to go over with you guys, and then we're gonna wrap this sucker up. But I thought you guys might wanna take a look at the prototype. This is one of the prototype heater series rods, the original design. It changed a lot, and as you can see, I think it got a lot better when we updated the visuals. We were just testing out links and power and the blanks on this right here. This was one of the first samples that I got. Still have it, still fish it a lot. This is a 7.4 medium heavy, but yeah, that's just a quick look at the old prototype heater series rod right there, and put these things through the paces before they ever went into production. Caught a ton of fish on that rod right there. And last but certainly not least, the other rod that you guys saw me unbox earlier, the 7.5 Heavy Fast. Now, for those of you guys that like to throw a heavy Texas rig or a heavy jig, heavy bottom contact bait, this is the one for you. Heavy, fast, what more do I need to say? 7 foot, 5 inches, got a little bit more length to it, so it will have a little bit more load up. I did that on purpose. I like the 7 foot, 5 inch length for you know, really being able to load up on that hook set. And one of the baits that I feel that this 7.5 does really well with is a frog. I enjoy frogging with this rod. You guys know I'm not the biggest or best frog fisherman. There aren't a lot of frog eaters on my lake, but I have thrown a frog on this rod a lot just to see, and it does great. You can walk with this thing, you can pop with it. It's light enough to where you don't get fatigued. Got this one rigged up with a Shimano Corrado 200 7.4 to 1 straight braid with a Vega frog. It does great. Another bait that I really love to throw on the 7.5 Heavy are like my bigger top waters, like a 110 or even a 130 millimeter whopper plopper. That's what I had tied onto that one before I cut it off and put that frog on there. But the 7.5 Heavy Fast does really well for the heavier top water baits. Also, throwing a buzz bait on it a lot does really well for that. That's what I'm using it for a lot, is the bigger top water stuff and frogs. But heavier Texas rigs and heavier jigs like these bad boys right here, a 1/2 ounce and above, I'm definitely going to that 7.5 Heavy Fast. The Divine Hybrid jig, the Axle Swing and Swim jig, that's right, I will throw a moving bait on that 7.5. It loads up well enough to throw a heavier swim jig. And this guy right here actually just dropped on the website. The Axle hybrid swinging jig is another one that I really like to throw on that 7.5. But like I said, I'm gonna try to give you guys a lot of options, cover a lot of ground in this video, just tell you guys about the versatility that's built into each one of these models of Heater Series rods. Another bait that I'll throw on that 7.5 without hesitating. A rig, that's right, this is the 6.5 Divine umbrella rig, and check this out. I know you guys have been seeing this bait here a lot lately with that old Milliken mod that you can see I've already done to this one. This bait's popping off right now. A lot of you guys are out there throwing this bait, and that 7.5 heavy fast Heater Series rod is great for this one and for this one. Like I said, versatility, A-rigs, swim baits, jigs, Texas rigs, that 7.5 heavy fast for you power fishermen, you froggers, you buzz baiters, whopper plopper guys. That 7.5 heavy fast is gonna get it done for you, and I guarantee you, no matter which one of these rods you choose to try, I have full confidence that you will enjoy it and you will have success out there on the water. I got some buddies that are some local hammers, and they put these freaking rods to the test for me, every single one of them, and I've heard nothing but good things, man. So that's the rundown, that's the breakdown on the Heater Series. I tried to include as many baits as I could think of as I was going through each model so that you guys could get a good idea of the versatility and what I like to throw on each one of those rods. And hopefully this video helped you out. Like I said at the beginning, I've been getting a lot of questions here lately on what rod I use for what bait, and I do have other 6th Sense rods in my lineup. For you guys that may be new, I use exclusively 6th Sense fishing rods. I got some Sensory series, some USA Custom series. I love the Lux series a lot. I've tried them all, I use them all, but my Heater Series rods are definitely the ones that I use the most, the ones that I have the most baits tied onto, and the ones that I feel offer the most versatility. So for those of you out there that may not be able to afford 30 freaking rods like I have sitting behind me, and you can just get 1 or 2, I feel like you can get a lot done. You can get it all done with just a couple offerings from the Heater Series, and I really hope that this video gave you guys a better idea of the kind of baits that I like to throw on each one of the Heater Series rods. If it did, click that thumbs up button, and please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you're watching this so that you can be around when we are finally able to hit the water with this new Heater Series swim bait rod. I cannot wait to get out there and put that thing to the test. I might go down to the water right now and just make a couple casts just to see. But man, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this one. Check out the Heater Series, 6thsensefishing.com. And if you want to support the channel, you can use my code JR10 at checkout. That's going to give you 10% off everything on the website. It knocks $15 off the price of each Heater Series rod that you order. That's a good little chunk of savings, and it goes a long way towards helping us continue to make these free fishing videos for you guys over here on YouTube. And as always, anyone who uses the JR10 code to make a purchase on 6thsensefishing.com gets a shout out on my personal Instagram account. Just take a little screenshot of that order confirmation that you're going to receive in your email, DM it to me at the Justin Royal, and I will post it up, tag your account. It's just a way for me to say thank you and give you all some public recognition for helping us keep this whole thing running, because without you guys, the lights and the cameras would not roll, and I can never thank you all enough for supporting me, supporting the channel, and supporting 6th Sense Fishing, helping us keep this thing running. Much love. But I've gone on and talked here enough. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I'll throw the links to the Heater Series and any other relevant links down below in the video description. If you guys want to pick up a hat, we have a few left in stock on the Heater Zone. One last thing, thank you guys so much for anyone who ordered a hat in August, or anyone who has ever ordered a hat, but especially during the month of August. You guys are making an impact. Once again, shout outs to Jeremy and Bella. I wish you guys nothing but the absolute best. Much love, and thank you guys for helping me be able to make a pretty sizable donation to Parkinson's research. That means a lot to me, to be able to do that in honor of my Aunt Vicky's memory. I could never express to you guys what it truly means. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all more than you will ever know. But that's about all I got for you today, man. That about does it. That about wraps her on up. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, but I will see you on the next one.